Welcome back to Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. What are we doing now? Well, here's a hint. I think the Ogier Yensa Sandsea is the closest place that I can teleport to what I want to do. Now, it's been a while since we were here. Four, three, two... One... Zero. So, yeah, I thought since I was in the area, I might as well go for this. The Uratan Exile spawns in, not here, but platform number 2 refinery, which I'll just go back to. After killing 100 Uratan Yensa, you don't have to chain them, you just need to kill 100 without touching a save crystal. But it's a lot easier if you're chaining because you can then keep track in the bottom of the screen how many. So it should be showing up around here. Like the middle of... Yeah, I think that slightly taller one. There it is, this right here, Uratan Exile. It's a little bit bigger, uses a great sword, but it's still pretty weak compared to us. Oh, it still has water spout though. Now, what do we get off of that? Because it rarely drops a fairly decent katana, but I'm pretty sure it didn't drop that. If you're feeling particularly insane, you can grind for that katana the first time you reach this area. It's very good for that point, but your sanity will die. Also, yes, you can respawn this rare game, but it requires you to kill another 100 Uratan Yensa. I want to check something. Is there? Yeah, I had a feeling. Oh, it's a 50 chain. I thought there'd be one for a 100 chain. That's a lot easier. Okay. Yep, we're finally doing this. Now, there's somewhere I could go that I think is a little closer. This entrance here, but there's a save crystal in here that I kind of want to find before I get to the real prize of this place. And while I'm here, let's set you guys on your buffing gambit sets. Because they're set to bubble people. Let's begin. Should probably also Libra, just so I don't accidentally run into any really, really dangerous enemies, because the enemies in here range from fairly not that bad to, like, in the mid to high 30s. I also have Ash's current gambits on just using Blizzaro on anything that's even vulnerable to ice, because that seems to be hitting for more damage than, you know, enemy weaknesses at this point. And a lot of things in here are weak to earth, which we don't really have an elemental source of damage for. Also, the Morolith is in here. It's in Invitation to Heresy, though, which is all the way back at the start of the area at, you know, what was it again? In fact, I should probably not have Fran on her Gambit, buff setup. Some weird reason, this music actually reminds me of Rayman, like Rayman Origins and Legends. There are a lot of songs in those games that sounded like this. Just a bunch of lizards in here, nothing to really see here. These are the easier parts of the Zertanen Caverns. And there is a map here, but it's right in the boss's room, I think. So I kind of want to make a beeline first for the save point, and then for the boss. I have a map of this place from the FF Wiki. So I'm going to be relying on that for the most part. Thank you for the bubble. Please don't step on that trap as... And of course it was a Sten Needle trap. Now, I believe this path will head to the Yensa Sandsea. I don't think I even, like, ever went into the caverns via the Yensa Sandsea. Yeah, this does show that you can indeed cut through the Zertanen Caverns into the Yensa Sandsea, if you want to, but they're way more dangerous than going through the Ogier Yensa Sandsea. Okay, going for some more bubble. float's probably useful in here. Now, is this the area that you can only get to via the caverns? Yes, it is! The Withering Shores, which I'm pretty sure I've already been to, but, this place is going to be important later on, but for, like, a side quest, not so much now. Are there any enemies up here that are... Oh, they're just Begolies. That's fine. Well, our slime chain is dead. Don't know if I really should be focusing too much on magic with Ash right now, because she has a pretty strong bow against these enemies, and Ash is the one with the, I meant Fran, not Ash, but Ash is the one with the, MP halving item. Well, there is a lone chest out here. Let's see if this was worth coming all the way here for. Turtle Shell Choker. Don't think we had one of those before. Enables casting of Oh, I remember that item! Okay, yeah. There's a lot of really interesting gimmicky things like that in various Final Fantasy games. So yeah, in this one, instead of MP, you use money to cast magic. Might be useful when you're later on in the game without a lot to buy. Of course, such an effect is probably way more useful for a game like Zelda than a game like Final Fantasy, where you constantly have to be buying better equipment to upgrade your existing equipment. Because in Zelda, the game just hands you rupees for like nothing all the time. I'll just go through here with a single character, just to avoid those traps more easily. It's kind of like why I like the concept of the magical armor in... Can we even get here from this, room? Seems like there's a giant rock in the way. Which El Dorado is native for. I actually still kind of like that movie. Sight Unseeing, which, like, I think, like, lowers an enemy's HP to single digits if you're blind, but it doesn't work on things with safety, so it's kind of pointless. Yeah, looks like we can't really get anywhere from this screen. Or can we? Oh, yes, we can if we push this boulder. Okay, shooting down like an obstacle with a gun is one thing, but actually knocking down a solid boulder with an arrow is even better. And it plugs the flow of sand so that it makes a bridge forward. Okay, we're in this part. Okay, yeah, now we're in the area that I wanted to go to. Seriously, this music is extremely Rayman Origins / Legends. I have to look up who composed for that, but it almost certainly wasn't this composer. He also did most of the, like, I think, what are they called? What's the company called that makes, like, 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, and some of those other games? And we have yet another exit into the Nam Yensa Sand Sea. Is this one that we, like, could have accessed before or not? Yeah, we've already been here. Let's just keep going. I think I didn't discover this entrance because at the time I was just in a bit of a hurry to get to the tomb. Apologies for all of these buff castings, but, like... Now that we have these buffs, we may as well use them. And nice kill there, Pinello. In fact, how are we doing in terms of... Okay, Fran and Pinello are, fine. So let's put... I think I'll put... I'll put Vaan in. I actually haven't really been using Vaan for a while. Oh, don't think I need the Berserk Vaan strat right now. While we're heading through here, I'll just cast some buffs. Okay, let me check out... Yeah, these things are way stronger than what we're used to. Can we take these on with, Could switch out for Barsh, because Barsh has, the Lightning Spear, but if I equip the, Lightning Staff on you... Let's see if we can take one. Okay, they attack in fairly large numbers, which is never a good thing when it comes to high-level enemies. With Bubble in play, though, they're not too bad. They may be high level, but they don't have a lot of health. So one of these exits should go... Okay, so this is the problem. I think one of these exits goes to the save point, and the other exit goes to the bad thing. And I think this middle one goes to the bad thing. I'm not going to check my map because it's more fun that way. I'm going to instead go down here and see if I can find that save point area. Bogey? Well, yeah, that's kind of silly. Because I know that, like, in British slang, that's what Americans call boogers. But, yeah, you hear that a lot in Harry Potter. I think Fran has, like, no MP left. Where are we? We are... this is almost certainly not the save point area. How close are we to that area? Oh, wow, we are way away from the save point area. We're gonna need to... Okay. Maybe it's probably best if I try and find the save point first. Oh, there's a tortoise there. Silicon tortoise. While the others are busy thundering things, I'll Libra up. Guess maybe a decent tactic is to stand back while Ash thunders these. Somebody get that one, please. Thank you. Uh-oh. Weak to fire. Should we really be fighting that? I honestly don't know if we should be fighting that. Of course, if we flee, we open ourselves up to more damage. Hi there, undead dragon. Skullworm. Okay, I'm just going to be fleeing through this place. Oh, and some more, like, face chickens. Some more dangerous face chickens, it looks like. That think they're hedgehogs. It's not that way. I'm pretty sure it's not that way. Oh, the other entrance would have just led here anyway, I think. Actually, where I'm facing is going to lead to the really bad thing. More of those buers, who honestly I can probably, I'm okay with fighting these things, except Ash is focusing on these sooner, and there are things that are attacking us from behind. I was just trying to fill out the map here, but you know what? Let's get out of here now. Replace you with someone healthier. And if we keep heading downwards... Skullworm's probably another thing that I might be able to take individually, just not in groups. Hang on a second. Is this the really bad place? Yeah, this is the really bad place. Okay, so instead of going here... we're gonna go through this way. And in here, we'll be back in this part of the Sand Sea. Scythe Mantis. Weak to water, that might be a decent chance for Balthea to use his water ammo. I actually need to get back to around the start of this area in order to more easily access the save point, and this is a little more my level. This is like the running through high-level areas in a nutshell of this game, but I feel like I might be able to take on the thing that's in here. And I really don't need to play coy with this anymore. It's an optional Esper. The Esper of Thunder. More of those Scythe Mantises down there, and this is a disconnected area, which just contains a potion. And if we head a little further down from here, we should be able to reach yet another disconnected area. After we run past a whole bunch of these deadly Scythe Mantises and traps. At least we're bubbled. That can only ever be a good thing. Oh, right, so there's a trap here, but there's also a bridge. Let's knock down this nice boulder with our staff. Not nearly as awesome as Chris Redfield punching a boulder, but still. Sand path made. And now we actually can connect this place back up to Invitation to Heresy. 3 gil, great. It's like there's not many enemies here, and that worries me, but there they are. I do have like some moats for Aquera, but I don't think we're getting through these guys without a fight. So Bolthea's gonna. Oh right, I actually sold all of Bolthea's earlier guns because I bought the Raz Algethi. And then I realized I didn't even have the right license to use it. But now I do, so I can equip that and Aqua Shot. After we bubble him. Let's let those two handle things while Ash hangs back. I really should be making better use of hanging back, and they've closed in. And then cannibalize. But still, it's probably not going to last that much longer. Nice fast Phoenix down there. Somebody please finish that thing off. Well, Varn barely does anything to it at all. Must have pretty high physical defense, because Varn's still equipped with like a pretty solid weapon in terms of power, and his strength stat is pretty good. But at least we got through those mantises. Which just reminds me of one of my favorite quotes from Portal. The one about an army of mantis men. Portal is great. I don't know, it's like one of the few cases of dark humor that I actually like. That the Mantis Men line is obviously a cave jump. I could say it, but I don't want to, you know. He says it better than I ever could. Another diamond armlet. That is exactly what I needed. Because the diamond armlet makes you immune to electricity, which this boss uses, and I only had one before. And I had a dilemma of who to give it to, and I was thinking of swapping it around mid-fight, but now I have a second one. And that is gonna make things interesting. Also, hi there. Face chicken? I kill you, face chicken! That game, it was like not obscure, but like an X-Men beat-em-up. Jump! Wow, these things think they're Dragoons, apparently. The Ulan class in this game is pretty much based on Dragoon, and you need to Cura yourself now. Curaga yourself, I mean. Yeah, I don't know what the exact name of that X-Men arcade beat-em-up is, but it's great. X-Men, welcome to die! I wonder if Michael Fassbender or Ian McKellen has ever been asked to say that. That or X-Chicken. Okay, so this is Invitation to Heresy, the first area, and I actually don't need to worry about being ambushed by the Maralith, because it only shows up after you've spent 5 minutes in this specific area. Like, not the caverns in general, just this screen, so probably don't need to worry, but, yeah, this area is very mazy and windy and has a lot of sort of bottomless, like, cliff areas, but I do like the fact this game has, like, entirely optional areas and ones that are very interconnected with other areas, because that's just something that, again, well, I know that's going to end badly if I keep you in the party, but some sort of modern RPGs, they have very big areas, but almost all of them are just required to go through for the game, and most of them just aren't that connected to other areas too. I've noticed that. Like here, even though it's dangerous, you have the option to go through the Zertinan Caverns early, and you might even be able to access the Osmone Plain early, come to think of it, although maybe not, based on like how we need to activate these boulder, you know, things. Okay, we should be getting relatively close to the save point area. That area right there, the quicksands, is, you know, as I keep saying it, the bad place. Which I mentioned before that, actually I want to check something. I was doing like about 2,000 of these things with... Oh yeah, you must be very resistant to ice, actually. Oh, I don't even have the ice staff equipped. So I have no reason to be on my Blizzard everything Gambit set. Yeah, that's the thing, like, one thing that I am actually really appreciating about this game is, like, the areas, you know, the areas might seem a little bit more linear than, you know, some other big world RPGs like Xenoblade Chronicles, but they are very interconnected, and you do have a lot of freedom in terms of which areas you explore and when, depending on where you are in the game. Oh, by the way, there's a little secret area in the Hourglass Basin. You can only access it via a secret passage in the save point room, which we should be getting to pretty soon. The Undershore. I think this is the save point room. Yes, it is. So, save point, that's good. Even though this area looks extremely foreboding, like, look at all of this sand and lack of visibility. It's the kind of place that you'd expect a monster to jump at you in. However, you might have noticed, but if you look very closely and the closer you get to the sand, the easier you can see it, there's a secret passage here. So that's kind of cool. And now, oh, there's a chest here. Oh, I've been waiting for that for a long time. This practically doubles your steal chances, and you know what? Maybe I should give that to Balthier, actually. Boost speed too, so it's a bit of a hit to vitality, but that only really matters when you're facing enemies with status ailments. What does that gun look like? Huh, that looks kind of cool. It's sort of like a fantasy kind of... Well, obviously all of these are fantasy guns, but still. So if we keep heading through this way, we'll reach a secret part of here. However, none of us are bubble, which means I'm going to switch over to my bubble Gambit set and buff everybody, because there's a rare game in there that's pretty strong. Okay, grenade, right. They're not like the really bad thing. I feel like this is going to do more with my Thunderstaff than Water would. But Balthier at least has his water gun that didn't seem to do very much damage to them. No, these things have, like, there's a passive ability called Resist Gun / Measures that most Flans have. And no, these things have it too. Okay, level 30. Suit of Chainmail, which isn't that great for us at this point. Up, there goes Bubble on Varn. And there goes Bubble on Balthier, and Bubble on Ash is probably going to fade in like a couple of seconds. Slip past that. So, where is that slasher? I think that's a dagger. In fact, didn't I already have that? No, it's an axe. Don't really have anyone who can use those at this point, though. Well, not at this point, like at any point, because I didn't choose Foebreaker as a class for anybody. I mean, it's supposed to be somewhere here. Bio mode. Well, I already have Bio as an actual spell. Oh, okay, so you actually have to go here, wait at this point, and then it appears on the other side of the ravine. And it's over there now, and we've got to head back there, because we can't access it from where we currently are. Another way this game actually makes use of the fact that enemies persist if you leave an area and come back. Gonna have to take out these guys before we can get to grips with that, though. There's another rare game in here, but it requires something that we can't do yet. I think you cast, like, Regen and Haste on yourself, and as well as Protect, so let's dispel all of that, yeah. Wow, Protect, Shell, Haste, Bravery, Regen, definitely dispelling all of that. Thundara. Okay. Well, I guess I can use my... Even if you don't know what the enemy's weak to, if you're on a Gambit set that targets weaknesses... seems to be weak to Aqua, despite the fact that it uses Aqua Eroga as well. Eroga, not really sure how you pronounce that. Balthea's definitely doing the most damage here out of anyone. Yeah, I think well, after he stops being targeted. Or, you know, let's go for a Cura, even though at this point, Cura is actually showing its age. Ow, 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 stop kicking me, please. Oh, no, actually, Cura still heals quite a lot. That was a very nice critical. Because Balthea is the one doing the most damage to this by far. Yeah, it has a lot of health. It must have a lot of defense if Balthea's gun is doing this much. So it's just kind of standing there right now. Guess it's using attacks that have a lot of charge time. And down it goes. That thing is pretty tough, but there's a save point in the room right next to it. Balthea levels up just in time too. Okay. Now I want to go into this with Barsh because of reasons. Ash will go on to this because Blizzard is the only spell she's going to need. And for this, we'll equip you with the Glacial Staff, and you will also take a Diamond Armlet. You and Barsh are both going to take Diamond Armlets if possible. Because Barsh has my Ice Esper, and Ash has my main Ice damage. And on that note, speaking of Ice, Barsh can take the Ice Brand. And I'd honestly rather go for the Shell Shield than anything with higher evade. Okay, everyone has their buffs on. Equip Silent Shot, just in case this thing happens to have, like resist immunity to everything except for, like, its weakness. Okay, Ash is going to be spamming Blizzara. Now, Fran... Firer. Okay, I'm actually going to do something a bit interesting with her gambits here. Like, foe HP less than or equal to 5,000. This guy is going to summon a whole lot of minions, and the HP less than or equal to X gambits are actually very good for making sure you prioritize a boss's minions before you attack the boss itself. I should also mention that you can only run into this thing after Belias at the Tomb of Wraithwall, for obvious reasons. Belias has to be your first Esper. Looks like there's a thick mist in here. And this... representing Capricorn, Adrammelech, the Wroth, Esper of Lightning. Okay, I'm nervous. Let's first open up with... not that. Let's open up with my summon on Barsh. Even though this is probably not going to end that well because Matthias himself is weak to lightning, so this is going to be like a rocket tag gameplay situation. I hope to get like a bunch of damage. Barsh is casting Reach on his own Esper, that's interesting. But I don't want him to do that. I actually just want Matthias to spam as much damage as possible on Adrammelech, who is flying. And starts out with Protect and Haste, okay. We're just going to target you now. Okay, it's taken a little bit of damage. Oh, right! Swords aren't gonna work because it's flying. That was dumb. And my only weapon that can hit flyers is, that. Except I think two-handed swords can hit flyers? Not entirely sure, but, well, weird time to be using the Sword of Kings for the first time. He's certainly taking a lot of damage from Matthias, though. Yeah, like, tons of shambling corpses just spawned here. Oh, yep, lost Matthias there. I probably should have tried my ultimate before that happened. Okay, we're back now. And yeah, they like to spam status ailments on you. That is incredibly annoying. Yeah, Ash is dispelling his buff. That's a good idea. I'm just trying to think about who does what. Fran is firing the enemies, and Barsh is just focusing on attacking right now. Of all people, Barsh is probably the one who least needs to be here. But he can maybe try and, like, use some items on people, maybe? X Potion, I guess? Oh, they also use Aurora. Oh, and they put you to sleep, too. That is extremely annoying. Guess Prince's Kiss? Casting Bleed, though. Oh, and Ash went to sleep too. Barsh, do you still have your anyone Prince's Kiss Gambit? No, I got rid of that. I should probably actually keep that one. I forgot we'll be dealing with sleep in this fight. Yeah, it is very annoying these zombies. Oh, and Ash is slowed as well. I could use a Hasker mote now. It would clear all the slow, but it would also not really do much in the way of... He is like halfway down though, but this is where things get dangerous because then they start using stuff like chain magic. I only have one Hasker mote. And he pierces Reflect, so Reflector motes aren't useful here. Like, Ash needs to not die, like, right now. Please get the X Potion in time. Oh no, yeah, he's gonna... No, Arca's immune to Thunder, nice. Now, I was right about two-handed swords being able to hit flyers. Well, I guess we'll find out later, because this is gonna do nothing to two of us, and very much something to Fran. That lightning effect looks a little bit pixelated, but... Oh yeah, and it can inflict stop as... Okay, it seems like it inflicts stop even if you're immune to electricity. But Ash is not stopped. Fortunately, I can't, like, take Barsh out of the party, but I can take Fran out of the party. Okay, Penelo. Right then, what does Penelo do here? We've got a bunch of corpses, appearing, but she could cure Barsh of being stopped, maybe? Really, I think all that matters is Ash survives to keep spamming ice attacks at this point. Does she not even have Esuna? I don't think she does. That's really weird. It's a very weird time to be doing this, but who has the better, like, enough remedy laws to cure... Naturally, nobody in the current party has the remedy laws to cure stop. Because Ash is, like, the only one with Esuna, and I need her to be doing damage. Maybe it's better if I, Okay, Ash is going to be taking some hits here, but... Corpses are taking quite a bit of damage, though. Penelo should be healing, not buffing. It's kind of a shame that Cura doesn't, like, hit the enemies as well as allies, but I guess that's a good thing, because against non-undead, you just heal them. And Ash is asleep, and, my Prince's Kiss user is stopped. It is kind of funny that Barsh is just sitting here as a statue, and, okay, something happened with Adrammelech, but it stopped. Like, he had a magic barrier active for, like, a few seconds, and then it went away. Well, you have the remedy law to get rid of stop on Barsh, though. And there goes Ash. I kind of had a feeling that would happen sooner or later. So Varna's going to bring her back, even though Phoenix Down is not going to bring her back for nearly enough. Ash, Kuraga, self. Okay, with Ash back. And silence because she's not immune to silence thanks to her equipping the lightning immunity thing. Does silence stop you from participating in quickenings? I guess we'll find out. Please, nobody die before this goes off. Thank you. Okay, good. We got an early mischarge. Well, that wasn't great. It's definitely not going to do a lot of damage, but the concurrent might finish off all of the zombies. And that will take some pressure off of us. No, didn't even get a concurrent at all. Wow. Bar should not be using regen here. He should be using, like, Kuraga. Vaughn's attack is already executing, so he's not going to be able to get a, Echo Herbs in probably fast enough for this. There's that scream. He is getting pretty low, though. I'm sorry we've been going through this battle with, like, a really bad camera angle. Okay, I guess that's better, maybe. Oh, Barsh actually could have summoned Matthias again. That would have done more damage than the quickening. So that was kind of dumb. Oh, he's getting so close to being gone, though. I'm out of X potions, and high potions are really not enough for anything productive. I did kill 2 of the zombies, though. And there we go, we got him! That's a lot easier later in the game, and honestly, I actually recommend considering taking this guy on based on how many diamond armlets you have. If you have 2, definitely go for it. If you have 1, it's possible, but a lot harder, and if you have 3, it's going to be a complete joke. So yeah, elemental immune. Oh wow, there's still a shambling corpse here. Shambling corpses keep spawning here, by the way, even after Adrammelech is down. And now I can finally equip a... you were annoying. I was like, oh, I'm gonna just berserk Barsh and go crazy with the ice brand, and then it's like, oh, of course, you're flying, so that won't work. Gonna definitely need to fall back and regroup here, though. Yeah, this room is a full-on zombie apocalypse. Now, there's an area above here that I haven't been to. Do I dare? This better not be the Archaeo Avis room. I think this is the Archaeo Avis room. Yep, that there, right there, that's an Archaeo Avis.